Hey guys, so tonight we're going to be playing some more Elden Ring, and I actually have the lights on in the room next to me because I forgot to turn the lights off before I started the stream, which I don't think I've had a stream with the lights on in like a month, because now that we're coming up on summer, the days keep getting longer, nights are getting shorter, so it's always it's like the sun is already coming up now, and it's 5:30. Um, but yeah, right now the light is fine. But as soon as sunlight starts coming through the window, it messes with the lighting, and I just made it a habit to just not even have the lights on really at all whenever I'm streaming. So I'll have to turn the lights off in a minute. Um, yeah, we're doing more Elden Ring tonight for Wednesday. I don't think I streamed this on Wednesday last week, but I did stream this on Sunday night, so 3 nights ago. Yeah, since my Elden Ring stream on Sunday, I've streamed every night, because we did do Doom the Dark Ages on Monday, and then last night I did more of the Crew Motorfest. So, yeah. Let me just kind of refresh my memory here. So we arrived at Nokron, the Eternal City. This is going to be our next kind of major area. There's some enemies here that I'm just going to avoid unless they kind of chase me in here, I don't know. But yeah, it was a bit annoying. I think there was at least 2 times where I died, like, from falling. Basically, death by parkour. And then it was kind of, it took a while for me to kind of get through all that. But basically, we spent all the last stream kind of going through the Starfall crater, so there was some post-Radon stuff that I was doing last stream. I feel like I gotta kill those enemies now, because they just keep throwing their, like, fire bombs, and I hear it. So they're not, like, coming down here. Maybe they might actually be stuck. There might be an invisible wall, because this is a grace room. So the game might not allow them to even come down here. Anyways, my last Elden Ring stream before the last one I did a few nights ago, I did the Radon boss fight. Radon is the main boss in Caelid, so we took him out. We're finished mostly with Caelid for now. And then, why are they attacking me again, bro? Do I need to, like, go in the corner so they can't see? No, they actually do. They do come down here. Okay, let me just kill these guys quickly. It's a bit distracting. Giving me frostbite too. These guys even give runes? I don't know, there's more of them in there as well, but let's just rest of the grace again, and then it should reset them. Reset their aggro. The game's being a bit silly right now. I'm just doing my intro. Anyways, so yeah, we defeated Radon, and then after you finish the Radon boss fight, there's a asteroid that comes down near Mistwood in Limgrave. It's called the Starfall Crater, and I don't think I can really look at it here because we're actually back on the underground map. But I can do the show above ground thing here, so... yeah, it was actually marked on the map and now it's gone again. But the actual map, like the artwork, does not, display the crater, because it was huge. Like, it was even way bigger than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, the last stream, after I kind of cleared up all the Radon stuff with Caelid, we went, checked out the Starfall crater, and then did basically all the parkour to get into Nokron. And now this is our first, like, main point of grace in Nokron, the Eternal City. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're getting officially started with Nokron, and I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be a cool area. And yeah, I think I have high hopes for Nokron specifically. I think it's going to be a pretty cool place. Anyways. Let me pull up the stream here on my phone. I haven't seen anyone in chat yet or anything, so hopefully the stream is actually up and good to go here. Hopefully. Alright, stream is up. Looks good. Elden Ring and chill. Okay, I also have some iced tea with me because I'm quite thirsty. Already halfway through the can, but you know, just something to stay refreshed. Alright, so I'm going to go turn off the lights because there's already light coming through my window now, and then we're going to get started. Be back in 1 second. Okay, yeah, I went from very bright to very dark. It might actually look a little too dark on camera, because at this point, like, we're coming up on the summer solstice, right? So this should be one of the longest days of the year. So I feel like by 5:30, it's actually brighter than this by this time. But maybe it's more like kind of cloudy, or I think it was maybe raining during the night, so it's not as bright. And yeah, obviously Nokron's going to be a dark area, so I guess we're doing a dark stream tonight. I don't know. With the lights on, it just looks off. Even though it's quite dark without the light. But yeah, you can see my TV actually can really light up the room. Like, depending what I'm looking at, if it's brighter, it literally changes the lighting on camera, which is so weird. PlayStation camera loves using light from my TV screen. It just loves to do that. Alright, let's get moving here. We're gonna start going through the main parts of Nokron, so I don't know what's going on here, but it looks pretty sick. We took a little glimpse of this last Elden Ring stream. Looks like we're gonna have more of those enemies. I think I was calling them ghouls. Don't know what they're actually called. They're quite weak, but they do the frostbite, so you know I gotta be careful. I can't let a bunch of them team up on me or whatever. Then I have a risk of dying. Silver Tear Husk. Okay, Nokron seems to be full of secrets as well. Because the pre-part before we got to the point of grace or whatever, there was like... Oh, this guy's got like a full-on shield. Oh, did he alert the other guys that I'm here? I think he did. Damn. The only way I can kill him is just stacking up the bleed, because he was blocking all of it. Okay, I heard like other noise when he banged his shield, but I don't know. No one else is coming over here, so... Maybe he was too far away. Still no head. Okay, I don't know why you were looking for head down here, but... You do you. Anyways, I think the main enemies here in Nokron are going to be those, like, seemingly small, kind of undead people. I'm going to call them ghouls for now, unless I figure out their actual name. Who knows what they're called? Silver fireflies. Melted mushroom. All normal stuff. Well, this guy's a... That guy was a ghost. Yeah, these guys can look like they're basically white as well, so I think the first time these guys attacked me, I thought it was a ghost that was coming up on me. I didn't realize it was a new enemy. Yeah, these guys are white, but they're not like glowing white, you know? They're not ghosts. But they do have like, white fire stuff. Like they have like white torches, so it makes them look kind of glowing as well. This one's got the golden eyes, it means he's got more runes. It's five times runes, I think. It's not that much. They're only giving like 1200. How come the enemies here in Nokron are giving a lot less runes than the enemies in Caelid? In Caelid, I felt like I was actually getting to a place where the enemies were dropping an appropriate amount of runes. But now in Nokron, we're back to not much. A golden eyes enemy dropped only 1000 runes. That was normal in Caelid. Rusty, welcome to the stream. We're back with Elden Ring tonight. We're getting started here with the main part of Nokron. You were there last stream. It was only a few nights ago. Also, it looks super dark on camera because I guess it's kind of cloudy outside. It's not really getting that bright, even though it's, you know, almost 6. And Nokron is a dark area too, so my TV is not giving me a lot of light. This is looks like I'm in the pitch black. It looks lighter in real life than it does on camera, like in my room. Because you're over leveled, and this is an area you're supposed to be at, lol. One-hit enemies usually don't drop much. That's true, but these enemies I'd say aren't like any weaker than the enemies in Caelid. Most of the normal enemies in Caelid I was also one-shotting. They were giving me a lot more runes, just kind of on average. So these guys are kind of slouching a bit, but hopefully I'll get good runes by other means. I don't know. Do kissed Herba. Okay. It's a little brighter out here in this courtyard. Rusty says, just you wait, lol. Yeah, I was just saying a few minutes ago, I have high hopes for Nokron. I think it looks like a cool area to me. I'm kind of excited to see what else is going on here. I'm excited to delve into it and discover whatever I got coming, you know? Right now I'm just making sure to at least check all the little corners and everything. Make sure I'm not missing any major secrets. I don't make it a priority to grab like crafting materials or anything. But, you know, if they're along my path, then I'll quickly grab them. But yeah, I'm mainly looking for stuff like this, you know, like actual loot that you can pick up. Ghost Glovewort Picker's Bell Bearing. Okay, bell bearings are interesting. So it's basically a ticket that you bring to a specific merchant at the round table. The Finger Maiden Husk or something. And basically with each bell bearing that you bring her, it opens up like another section of her wares, like things that you can buy with runes. So it's interesting. I don't think I've bought anything that I unlocked with a bell bearing so far, but you know, cool concept. Got a bunch more of these guys here. This one saw me. Okay, I guess this shield bash doesn't alert the other enemies. I thought it would, but I don't know why he does the shield bash, to be honest, because it doesn't alert the other enemies or anything, so. And now they're alerted because they see me. And that one has a shield too. I'm gonna have to do like charged heavies here, which I like never do. I never do charged heavies, but I'm gonna have to for the shield guys. Because even normal heavies are not getting through. the shield ones are way tougher than the normal ones. Behind their shield, you know, they're the same skinny little guys. Why do they have hyper armor too? Like, I'm not able to cancel his attack by doing a charged heavy. I feel like you definitely should be able to do that. Spirit Flame Arrow. So they have some sort of Spirit Flame magic that's going on here. Which is that white fire that I was talking about. We also got this silver tier husk stuff everywhere. Not sure what's up with that either. Anyways, bell bearing is cool. We're gonna keep clearing the rest of these enemies, make sure I search all these little buildings, and then we'll keep moving forward. And this courtyard of darkness. Rusty says the boss ain't hard, but it's a beautiful area, and I think you'll have fun. I think so too. I definitely enjoyed Caelid. I know Caelid is one of the more major areas in the game. I definitely consider Nokron like its own area. I think it's its own place, but it's, you know, it's smaller. I think the underground areas are smaller than the above ground ones, just because a lot less people are going to go and do this. It's completely optional, I think. But yeah, I enjoyed Siofra River, and I actually did it kind of like split up. I didn't do it all at once. But Nokron, I think we're just going to go through start till finish, like I did with Caelid. Silver tier stuff drops around here, because this is where you get the Mimic tier. It's going to help a ton. I think people have told me about the Mimic tier, and there's been some confusion about it. I'm pretty sure there's like more than one item in this game called like Mimic tier or something. But I think the main one that people are referring to is something that you use to create a summon that is a copy of your character, right? That's how it works. Because if I can create like a temporary like ghost copy of myself, that's like, it's kind of crazy, you know? It's like you basically just doubled your power. Obviously the AI is going to be a little bit stupider, but yeah, you basically double what you got going on, at least for a little while. I'm guessing that you just use FP for that. You'll know it when you get it. Yes, it's a copy of you. Even fights the same. What do you mean? Like it recognizes the patterns of how I normally fight? Fights the same way you do. That'll be interesting to see. I guess everyone does have kind of like a unique style as well. What attacks they do the most or whatever. I'm usually a either guard counter guy or a lights guy. So if it's an aggressive enemy, then I'm usually doing more blocking and guard countering. And if it's an enemy that kind of backs off and gives me time, then I'll just hack them up with a bunch of lights. That's how you get the bleed damage to stack in there. All thanks to my Bloodhound's Fang, of course. And yeah, I'll always take blocking over dodging, but you know, I'll dodge too if I have to. Anyways, I just finished my iced tea. I wish I had more, actually. Very thirsty. Alright, let's kill the rest of these ghouls. That's what I'm gonna keep calling them for now, until I figure out what they really are. Oh, I got a shield one. What if we can like get behind them too, kind of like how I was doing with shields sometimes in the game? Yeah. Okay, you can kind of get around the shield, and then you obviously have to do way more damage. This one just missed an arrow shot, point blank. You screwed that one up. Oh, it's just Duke's turbo. That's the plants around here. Yeah, this building is like closed off. Let's make sure that this looks very secretive. I'm not sure. Somber Smithing Stone 4. Yeah, I think Nocron's gonna have a lot of little areas like this, and there's kind of little secret areas you can check out. Just got something like this. I'm gonna keep my eye open for stuff like that. It seems like a city of many secrets. Definitely. It's probably like one of its nicknames. I'm gonna turn down my phone brightness too, actually. I don't need it this bright. No need to drain the battery so much. I feel like I'm on my phone like a lot more than I used to be. Like I'm basically on my phone like 24/7 these days. So I feel like my battery is always going down, and I always need to have like several periods throughout the day where I have my phone kind of on the charger, so it's not dying on me. Rusty says, yes, it'll block a ton like you do. If you're an aggressive style, it'll be aggressive. Speedy Diamond, welcome to the stream. Rusty said MK. Well, Speedy Diamond said MK. I don't know what he meant. Rusty said tighten your mic. Is it still off, or is it better? Let me know if that's any better, Rusty. Because, yeah, I'm always kind of, like, worried these days that the mic is kind of acting up again. Because I can't tell without you guys telling me. No, you were good right after I said that. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know what Speedy Diamond was saying, because he said MK, and then he said some other stuff. I don't know. Not anything with, like, English. Not anything with letters, really. Like 4 and, like, dashes and commas and... trying to do like a bot command or something. I have no idea. I've actually had people do that before. I don't have any bots, I think, like hooked up on YouTube. I'm not even sure how to set something like that up. But I'm pretty sure I've had like several occasions where like I've been streaming and like a new viewer comes in and does like a bot command, and then they just try like, you know, something like a song request or whatever kind of bots you can get on YouTube. I don't even know. I used to work with bots on Discord, but I never got super into it. Definitely never had any on YouTube. Also, that's probably not something I would do, unless like, I don't know, unless like people like donated it for it or something. I mean, at that point, it's not really, well, it's still donating, but you know, you're not supposed to get a prize for donating. It's supposed to be because you want to, so it would be more like buying song requests or something. I don't know. I don't even know how streamers don't get like copyrighted and stuff for that. Okay, let's check out this building. We got more loot in here. So far Nocron seems heavy on kind of the exploration aspect. Just got like a lot of little separate areas, a few enemies, and then there's some loot to grab. It's all quite simple so far. Okay, I got a lot of enemies teaming up here. Damn. They're getting more aggressive. Had to use my my skill. I don't often use it outside of like boss fights. On normal enemies, it just destroys them. There we go. I wonder if they do that shield bashing thing only to kind of open up and give you a chance to hit them. Because it's pretty hard to hit around their shield. Larval tier. Okay, larval tier. I'm not sure what that does exactly. Wait, isn't that like what like Renala wanted or something? Didn't she tell me to go and find like a larval tier? Or some sort of tier? Or maybe Renala wanted a mimic tier? I don't know. Maybe Nocron is just heavy on the tears. A lot of crying going on here. Okay, we're almost done with this first bit. I'm gonna check out that as well. This, honestly, the architecture here, not really like the, you know, like the far away scenery, but everything that's kind of like close, everything that I can touch, looks very like Bloodborne inspired. Just specifically this area here, like this, mainly the buildings, the architecture. Like this just looks Bloodborne as hell to me. Even the larval tear as an item just looks like something that you would get in Bloodborne. Bloodborne item. I think I was saying last stream, these enemies look kind of Bloodborne too. They look like the zombies that you would fight in the Chalice dungeons. Those like small, skinny zombies that would spawn like non-stop. These guys are dropping like 200 each, which isn't a lot. Oh, this looks kind of secret. You can fully go behind that building there. I'll check this out next. It's quite in the shadows, as am I still. Still very dark on camera. Nothing else in chat. Okay, let's check out this crevice behind this building. Oh, we've got some like nascent butterflies here. Yeah, am I even pronouncing that right? I don't even know what that word means like outside of this game. Nascent? Nascent? I couldn't even like guess what that word means. Oh, this just connects. Okay. Oh, I was already back here actually. I guess I didn't even see that you could go all the way back here and this connected like all the way around the building. Okay. We're moving on now. We're done with this main courtyard. Did I check out this side yet? No, I don't think I have. Just this little side here, and then we'll go through this sort of gateway. Yeah, it looks like we're going down actually. We're gonna be going down. We're just in that building before. This kind of the layout of this building reminds me of like the church in the Cathedral Ward from Bloodborne, and that's actually what this place looks like a lot. This part of Nocron looks a lot like the Cathedral Ward to me, which was a pretty cool area in Bloodborne, and also an area that I feel like I went back to a lot. A lot to do there. A lot of bosses. Oh, crap. Great Shield Soldier Ashes. That could be cool, actually. Great Shield Soldier Ashes. Smithing Stone 5. Got more Dukiss Turbo here. I kind of like how this place is, you know, got a prominent selection of loot. There's a lot of other areas in this game where it feels like it's actually kind of empty on the loot. But this place just kind of has stuff everywhere. The ashes were cool. Other than that, we haven't really been getting anything too crazy, but just the fact that there kind of is at least like one piece of loot in like every little corner is it's kind of cool to me. There's always stuff to search for. And yeah, even with the crafting materials, I often like well, when I was playing this game a lot more like off camera, I would often stockpile the crafting materials and then sell like, you know, hundreds of them to the blacksmith at the round table just to kind of like fill in the gaps with runes and make sure I was only using like the the exact amount of runes that I needed instead of just using all my golden runes and then having a bunch of leftover. Then you're at risk of losing them, you know? Alright, let's head down this way. I think we've literally explored everything else up top, so we're going down. Time for betrayal. Betrayal, huh? Wonder what that means. Rusty says heal. It's probably a good idea. Actually, I don't even think that's going to be an overheal. Yeah, that's not even an overheal. Because I need to get to another one of those churches where it increases your amount healed by the flasks. I haven't done that in a while. Anyways, this looks quite nice. This is like what you saw like in the sky, like when you're down at the Siofra River and you looked all the way up, like you would see this sort of thing. And now we're above it, so it's we're very high up. Yeah, it looks like some larger enemies. There was a slime there. Before I started fighting those ghoul guys, I remember seeing a few of the slimes. They're kind of annoying. And then I saw some taller guy walking around there. That little statue next to you, it means you can summon here. Oh, okay, that's good. Well, this statue is just, like the America statue, right? You see the boss gate ahead. So, is this, I'm assuming there's more after this boss? Because yes, I do see the boss gate. If this is it for Nokron, then Nokron was actually underwhelmingly short. I'm hoping there's more to do after. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this just means that you can spawn here instead of the Grace. So if the boss kills me, I can spawn here instead. It's not as annoying. Rusty says much more. Okay, good. Much more. Does that mean there's more than one boss here in Nokron? Or is the boss just kind of earlier on, and then there's a lot more just kind of exploration after? I don't know. Slime's dead. Let's kill this bigger guy here. What kind of enemy is this? It's like one of the battle mages. I don't know. I'm gonna sneak up on him. Oh, it's a knight. Okay. I mean, I almost one-shotted him, but still, this enemy's a lot tougher because that was a backstab, which usually one-shots all like non-boss enemies. So this knight is tougher. Sounds like a female, and she has an interesting weapon there. It's some sort of whip. I don't know what kind of knight that was. I think she'd be considered like a knight. Whip knight or something. I don't know. That was cool though. Maybe we'll see more of that enemy type. Nothing else around here. Okay, so I'm just going to explore the little spot here before we head through the boss gate, and we'll see what kind of boss we're dealing with. You're still in the entryway to Nokron, really. I think overall there's 3 bosses. 3. That's definitely exciting. 3 bosses in Nokron. Yeah, that could definitely be cool. So I'm guessing we can go all the way down there and everything. This is kind of like trippy, actually. It's like I can't even like look at it unless I'm standing still. Yeah, there's so much going on here. One is pretty easy, but you have to do a little puzzle to make it appear. A little puzzle, huh? I'm guessing that isn't this one. But yeah, Nokron looks huge, so I wonder how much of it is actually accessible. I'm guessing we are going to be able to go at least down there. Looks like somewhere you could walk around. Golden Rune 7. I probably have quite a few Golden Runes by now. We've been getting, I think, a few Golden Rune 7s or whatever down in here, so might be able to blow a bunch of those soon and get some extra upgrades in. A few extra upgrades. Okay. Try left. Yeah. It's a bit obvious now. Larval tier. Oh, we got slimes in here. It's a slime ambush in the gazebo of death. Yeah, so these slimes are like metallic. I was saying last stream that these guys look like they're made of mercury or something, which mercury is like a metal that's liquid at room temperature in real life. So it's weird. These guys are like metal, but they're, you know, they're slimy. They're metallic slimes. And they can even, like, you know, form a little, like, lance or something to hit me. It reminds me of the bad guy from Terminator 2. Like the new edition of the Terminator or whatever. Okay, got everything around here? I believe so. So it looks like there's, like, this is like some sort of giant bridge or something. So yeah, I'm guessing you go that way after you do whatever boss fight is there. So before we do the boss fight, I just wanna make sure I'm not missing anything else that we can access beforehand. Did I see stuff down here? No. Probably can't go down there. I mean, maybe you can, I don't know. Okay, I think we're about to take on this boss. I don't think there's anything else to look at in this area. So, we'll see. We'll see how this boss is. Seems like there's something in this area, so this boss might be quite easy. Could actually be tough. It could just be not too easy, not too hard, just kind of a fun boss fight, which is definitely what I prefer. I prefer it to be somewhere in between. Ah, this is, I feel like a few people missed this, even though it's right under your nose. Rune Arc. Yeah, there's a Rune Arc just sitting right there. So you always got to look around. Whenever you drop down somewhere, you always got to look behind you, make sure you're not missing, you know, a piece of loot that is just sitting right there. Alright, time for this boss. We'll see. Is this going to be an actual boss, more of a mini boss, kind of like a, you know, a respawn of an enemy I've already killed? I don't know. We're going to find out. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. Who resides in this place? A slime? Don't tell me this is the boss. Wait, what? I can't lock onto this slime. Ah, okay. Mimic tier. Oh, okay, so this boss is the Mimic tier. Oh, that's cool. I'm literally fighting myself and it's like a boss fight because we're the same strength. Alright, I see. That's so cool, bro. We have the same amount of health and damage, I'm assuming. And he is playing how I play, kind of, but maybe a little stupider. He's not as good as me. He's not as good as I am, but he's trying to be me. Okay. Alright. He's trying to be me. He's decent at it. Damn. Bloodhound's Fang hurts. I think he does have more health than me, by the way. He has like 5 times more health. Maybe he's doing less damage too, but he definitely has more health. It would be interesting actually if I did like a bunch of damage to him, like each hit, you know, did like a third of his health bar, but then he like healed like I did. Imagine he has all the same amount of heals that I do as well. Heals like 10 times. That would be neat. Oh, he is healing. Okay, he is healing, but it doesn't fully heal him like mine does. It heals him less. Yeah, that just proves he's basically a copy of me, except his health bar is like 5 times bigger. Maybe 10 times bigger, I don't know. Oh, I got him trapped there. You're gonna take bleed damage now, buddy. Stop trying to heal. Stop healing. Did he do the skill there? He might have. He missed it. Yeah, he's doing the Bloodhound's Fang skill, which I'm trying to do. I think I was trying to do it there and I screwed up. There we go. Oh, it broke the block, but he got it back in time. His block recovery is faster than mine, too. There we go, he took bleed damage. You're done, buddy. You're done. Great enemy felled. Wow, so that is a full-on boss that we just took out. Great enemy felled. Wow. That was pretty cool. I literally just 1v1'd myself in Elden Ring. That was a pretty fun boss fight. It wasn't hard, but it wasn't, even though I beat him first try, it wasn't like insanely easy either. I did have to like focus there and I had to heal a few times, obviously. But yeah, definitely one of the easier bosses I'd say that I fought against. Silver Tier Mask. Okay. So, let me look at my inventory here. So yeah, I got another larval tier. Yeah, so this is, it says, needed by Renala to grant rebirth. I don't even know what the larval tier does when you bring it to Renala, but I have 6 of these now, apparently. And this silver tier mask, I don't know, this is just like a helmet, I guess. So how do you get the mimic tier specifically then? Because neither of those things that I just got are a mimic tier, right? So was it just kind of teasing me with the mimic tier, but I don't actually get it yet? I feel like you should unlock it after you kill the mimic tier. But, you know. This game likes to tease sometimes. Rusty says, now equip mimic tier. Larva tier is to respec your points, I'm pretty sure. No, you just got it. What do you mean I just got it? Also, if the larval tier is to respec your points, why does it give you so many of them? I have 6. Are people really respecing their points that often? Also, I didn't see the mimic tier in my inventory there. Was it not showing up? Does it go to a different category? You mean this? Like the silver tier mask? Is this all you need for the mimic tier? Rusty says, hell yeah, people respec like crazy. PvP. Okay, I guess that makes sense. What doesn't make sense to the mimic tier? It's not an item, it's an ash. Oh. Do ashes not show up in recent items? Because, yeah, like ashes are in my inventory. I feel like it should still show up in recent items. Also, why do I feel like mimic tier isn't here? Yeah, I don't have any ashes called Mimic Tier. There's probably another way that we unlock it. Because, yeah, I don't have it. Because I was gonna say, like, even ashes show up in recent items. That should show anything that goes in your inventory. So, I don't know. Maybe the game cheated me out. Because I beat the Mimic Tier first try, it decided I don't even need the Mimic Tier ashes. Like, it would be insignificant to me or something. Decided not to give me them. Now I can never use the Mimic Tier. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure what happened with that. You'll have to let me know, Rusty, where I actually get them, because it can't be here unless there's something that I'm forgetting. Also, this is quite the arena for a boss that isn't a giant. Like, for a boss that's the same size as me, they give us a lot of space. Also, I guess a lot of people struggled with this. Many, many a bloodstain. Also, we have some grace, of course. Rusty said, my bad. Let's get the context. Guess you get the Mimic Tier behind a Stone Sword Imp and Nokron. PvP area. Oh, okay, so this little arena is a PvP area as well. Alright, so I'm guessing where we actually get the Mimic Tier, it's not yet, but it's coming up soon. You said it's in Nokron, so that's good, we're in the right place. But yeah, I'll keep that in mind, I guess, whenever I see like one of those Impstone statues. Make sure I have the keys. Actually, I don't even know if I have any Stone Sword keys. If I don't have enough Stone Sword keys for any Impstone statues here, I'll have to make sure to like come back once we do get them. I think you can buy them too. For like, I don't know. I don't know how many runes they cost. It's probably not that expensive for me at this point. But if I need to, I could buy Stone Sword keys, I think, from like one of the merchants, and then you could do that. Because yeah, I've heard a lot about the Mimic Tier. I'm assuming it's a good thing to have. Maybe the best to summon. Maybe summoning yourself is better than summoning anybody else. Lost Grace discovered. It'll be in Knight's Saker's ground here in Nokron, so further in. Knight's Sacred Ground, is that what you meant to say? That's my guess. Knight's Sacred Ground. This area is just called Mimic Tier. The name of this place is just Mimic Tier. To be fair, they do that for all like actual bosses in this game. Each unique boss. Literally just the boss's name will be the name of the grace. That's just kind of funny. You don't even get the Mimic Tier in Mimic Tier. You get the Mimic Tier in the Knight's Sacred Ground. Further into Nokron, supposedly. Alright, well, Mimic Tier boss is done. It was a fun boss fight, even though it wasn't particularly difficult. I guess you could say in any other game that was... It's a medium difficulty boss. For Elden Ring, I was probably on the easier side. Elden Ring, I would consider that an easy boss, I guess. But, you know, it depends, too. It depends what level you're, like, supposed to be when you come into Nokron, because you can only come here after you've done Caelid, but... yeah, like, there was a bunch of bosses in Caelid that I'm still not even able to defeat at my current level, so... I don't know. Look all the way down there. That was where there was a boss fight in the Celia River. So that's all the way down to Celia River. There was that ancestral beast or whatever its name was. It's like a giant like ghost deer or something. I remember that boss fight. It was also very easy, but it was cool. It was a cool one. I think there's a second version of that boss that's supposed to be harder, because I think I remember looking it up. Because everybody was talking about how cool the boss fight was, but it was a very easy boss. At least for me. Also, there's nothing hidden around here. I don't know why I'm... Why did they make it so you can go around this entire thing? They have this ledge outlining the entire stadium here. There's not a single piece of loot down here. Is this just so, like, you don't die from, like, fall damage if the Mimic Tier boss, like, pushes you back or whatever? Bro, this doesn't even loop around. Behold despair. Okay, I don't even know the last time I liked somebody's message, but I can definitely relate to this one. The despair of having just wasted 2 minutes of my life. Now we have to go all the way back around. Pretty sure you can't use the horse in Nokron, right? I feel like I could use the horse in Celia River, but... yeah, you definitely can't use the horse in Nokron. Won't let me. I don't even know if I had the horse down there either. I don't remember. Anyways, looks like I was correct about this bridge. This reminds me of like this giant bridge that was in Assassin's Creed Mirage. Which, when did that game come out? That was like 2 years ago now, right? I don't know. I never got too far into Mirage, but it wasn't like terrible. I don't think people really liked it, but I don't think anybody said it was like trash either. It was just kind of like, you know, it was whatever. It was okay. And it was cheaper too. It wasn't full priced, even though it felt around the same quality as other Assassin's Creed games. But yeah, I remember in Mirage there was like this giant wall, and I just remember like fighting like a bunch of guys on top of it. I think there was a bit of a challenge in that game. This is gonna bring back some like PTSD. We're traversing the Great Wall. The Great Wall of Nokron. Rusty said, most of this I'm going by memory, lol. May be wrong from time to time. Yeah, no worries, Rusty. Alright, moving forward. I hear a scarab. I don't see a scarab, but I definitely hear one. It sounds like there's one, like, right there. I'm guessing you can't go down this bridge at all. Only across. Also, I was expecting a lot of enemies to be up here, but at least so far I'm not really seeing anything. Now where's the scarab? It's right there. Seed? Why are people saying seed? Because of this tree here? It looks like the golden seed tree, but it's not. It's not golden. It's just a normal tree. Likely seed. Why is everybody saying there's a seed here? There's not. This isn't a golden seed. This tree is dead. There's no seed there. Okay, let's kill this thing quickly. Somber smithing stone. Always good to have more of those. Alright, I guess we can start sprinting here, because this is a very long bridge and it's mostly empty. Scenery is kind of nice up here though. You do get like a really good view of Nokron actually. The Black City. I wonder what's up with all these like giant pillars. Look like they're made of bone or something, but they don't. None of them reach the top of the cave. Maybe they do. No, I don't think they do. They're very tall. They're taller than all the structures here, but they don't seem to, none of them seem to touch the top. Which looks like stars, but it looks more like there's like glowing gems or something in the roof of a cave that it's like an illusion to look like stars, but it's actually not. Just look at those like ripples in the sky. That doesn't look like natural, you know? It looks just kind of like dim lighting on the roof of a cave, perhaps. Because we are underground after all. But it's sort of like ethereal down here. It's otherworldly. It's like another realm or something, so... I guess physics down here are not the same as they are where I'm from. Yeah, because this looks like we're in outer space, but in a cave at the same time. Which is kind of an inconceivable idea, I think, in modern-day Earth. Not just modern-day Earth, Earth in general. I'm hoping we can go inside a lot of these buildings, because this architecture is awesome. It looks so Bloodborne, so gothic. Giant black towers. I love it. There's some sort of massive statue there, too. I don't know. Alright. Let's keep going. There's literally no enemies on this bridge. I was thinking there might be something, but it's all clear. This bridge is like even longer than the bridge where I had to fight like a full-on boss dragon in Caelid. Longest bridge, but also the easiest to get across. It's kind of hidden. Go slow for it. Okay. Dwelling arrow. Yeah, so this is just kind of to observe the Celia River from where I'm at. Definitely don't think it's a good idea to jump down there. This view is pretty cool. You can see how high up we are. One thing I just want to point out, you can really tell that we're up very high because this game has quite good graphics. I think most people agree on that. They definitely did a good job with, you know, like lighting and texturing and stuff in this game. But we are so high up that you can look down at the water, you know, in Celia River. You can see the pattern in the water. A lot of video games have this. If you're somehow viewing something from like high up, you can see that it doesn't look natural. Like the water from up here doesn't look natural. It looks like there's like a pattern. But when you're down there, you don't see that at all because it's, you know, it looks way bigger when you're down there. Now that we're so high up, I can see the entire river like on my screen, you know. So you can literally just see kind of like the unrealistic, you know, like digital pattern of the water, but it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, it looks really weird actually. From up here, it looks more like a metal like floor, like a grid or something, instead of water. I mean, besides the giant waterfall there. Waterfall still looks perfect from this height. Rusty says, LOL, you're such a sightseer. Well, I mean, look around this place. It's like, this place looks really cool, you know? I feel like I'm honestly like less of a sightseer than a lot of people in this game. I see a lot of messages people leave. They're like, "Oh, look at this like beautiful view," and you know, it's like, yeah, like it's a nice view, but there's also a lot of other views that are like that. This is very unique. I mean, this is like the only spot I think where we can actually see like all of Nokron, which looks really cool. Like this area has my kind of vibe to it. Rusty said, not at all, LOL, you drag ass looking at water. Well, you know, I'm pointing it out. I'm definitely not someone to rush through games. So maybe there's certain things that I kind of spend a lot of time on, but I definitely don't like to rush, you know. I put Elden Ring and chill in the title for a reason, you know? I'm just busting your balls. I know. We know, Rusty. This actually, this reminds me a bit more of Cellular River. These enemies here, well, it was like ghost versions of them that were down there. And I see one of those like obelisk things, which you need to light like 8 of them in the Cellular River to get into the boss room or whatever. Oh, maybe there's a copy of that here. Because you were saying one of the bosses has a bit of a puzzle, right? I think that's actually what it is. I think it's the second version of that boss. I forgot what it was called. The ancestral spirit, ancestor spirit. Light the torch on that obelisk. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. It's going to be a copy of what we did in Cellular River, which I'm okay with because I heard that the second version of the ancestor spirit, so the one that's in Nokron, is going to be a stronger, like a better boss. Rusty says I'm exactly right. I'm a genius. I've predicted it all with limited info. I wouldn't say limited info, but you know. Anyways, yeah, I guess we're gonna light all those torches, all those braziers. The music just kind of picked up, and I don't know why. There's nothing attacking me. And yeah, we're probably not gonna light all of them tonight because it's already 6:30, but we'll get started. We'll maybe get like half of them. And probably next stream we'll be fighting the next boss, which will be the Ancestor Spirit. Rusty says tad tougher enemies ahead. Okay, I'm down with that, because so far enemies here have been fairly easy. And yeah, you said there was 3 bosses. So we got the Mimic Tier, we got the Ancestor Spirit, and then there's maybe another boss. Cellular River had 2 bosses. One of them was more of a mini boss. The I forgot what he was called. The Dragonkin Soldier, I think. Yeah, I looked him up too, and it said that there are more of them around the game. But the Ancestor Spirit, there's only 2, and the one that you fight in Nokron like has different attacks than the one at Cellular River, so it's better, stronger. An improved version. It's the Ancestor Spirit Prime. Actually, I think it does have a different name, not Prime. It's something else. Let's throw back to Terraria. I haven't played Terraria in forever. They used to have like Prime versions of a bunch of the bosses in that game. So like bosses that you fought earlier on like would come back as like stronger like robot versions. It's pretty sick. Mouse and Butterfly. I don't know why this one is dead. They're normally always flying, right? I don't know. Rusty said these enemies are a tad tougher, so we'll find out. It's weird how these guys are in physical form like they were in like Liurnia. Because the ones in Cellular River just below us were like all like ghost guys. These ones are real, you know? Flesh and blood. We'll see how much stronger that makes them. They're also like shepherding a bunch of deer or something. I don't even know what's going on down here, really. Alright, yeah. Tad tougher. They don't get one-shotted, but close enough. Actually, they can survive being, you know, one-shotted by my my guard counter. So yeah. Hats off to you guys. You're not terribly weak. I don't even know what these enemies are called. I don't even know what they look like. They look like what are the bull people called in like the Warcraft universe? They're called like Taurians or something. I can't even really see their face, so I can't really tell. Do they have like more of a human face, or? Yeah, they actually have like a very small face with like a little mask, but then they have like big horns. And they're blue and hairy. Yeah, I don't know. It's like some mixture of like a bullman from Warcraft mixed with like Beast from X-Men. And if you were like some sort of druid or something, that's what these people are like. I don't even know what to call them. But I guess they're regulars here at Nokron. What is with all the animals? Blue and hairy like my balls. You got blue balls, Rusty? While I'm streaming? That's not good. These are the sheep that attack you. This one's just trying to escape though. Actually, I think they only attack you if they're a ram, like if they have the horns. But yeah, it's weird how sheep can roll in this game because it's just so random. The sheep are completely like normal and realistic, besides the fact that they can just like roll like a hedgehog. Dude, sheep don't do that in real life. This is just one of like the little NPC ghosts, I think, that has the silent dialogue. He's worshipping something.